So I was reading my Bible the other day, and it did not take me long to get smacked in the face. I was in Numbers 11, and in verse 1, it says, "Now the people became like those who complain of adversity." That's halfway through the sentence, but I'm like, I gotta stop. Who do you know who doesn't complain in adversity? But of course, no coincidence. Earlier this week, we were studying suffering in Bible study and all the different things that God does through the believer suffering. Why would God bring suffering on believers, on those he loves? In Romans 5, we see that tribulation brings about perseverance, which produces proven character. In 2 Corinthians, we see that God comforts those who are afflicted. And with the same comfort we get from him, we are then equipped to comfort others. When we suffer, affliction also produces compassion within us for others who are also suffering, which usually evokes us into action, to actually do something to help someone else who is suffering, to take our energy and focus outside of ourselves and towards helping others rather than focusing on ourselves. And it's only when we suffer that we learn to stop relying on ourselves and to start relying on God. So, why was God angry with the Israelites when they became like those who complained of adversity? Through the adversity they were experiencing, God was trying to produce proven character within them. He had created circumstances to where their hearts could be softened and receive comfort from him, and therefore be equipped to comfort others with the same comfort they've received from him, which is not just giving encouraging words to people. When you receive supernatural comfort from God that soothes your soul, that is a different kind of comfort that you can then pass on to other people. It's a comfort that you cannot give with your encouraging words and your kind gifts and cooking a meal. This is spiritual strength and comfort from God that you cannot give without the assistance of his Spirit. So when you suffer and are comforted supernaturally by God, that is a supernatural power, a supernatural comfort that you are then equipped with to pour out to others who are also suffering. He causes us to be compassionate to others who are suffering. And then we learn to rely not on ourselves, but to rely on him. God was trying to do all these things in their life, and he found them complaining. "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." These are words that God spoke to the Israelites when they were being invaded by Babylon and forced to leave the promised land that God had given them. Their circumstances definitely fit under the category of suffering and affliction, but God was doing something good through these circumstances. He was producing proven character, bringing them comfort, equipping them to be able to comfort others who are suffering, and reminding them that their strength is not in themselves, but in him, and for them to rely on him instead of in themselves. So if you find yourself suffering or going through affliction today, ask yourself, what is God trying to give me through these circumstances? Am I going through this right now so that soon I can comfort someone else who's going through something difficult? Am I going through this right now so that God can refine and improve my character? Am I going through this right now so that I can have a more compassionate heart towards others who are suffering? Or am I going through this right now so that God can remind me to stop relying on myself and start relying back on him? God doesn't waste anything, and he definitely doesn't waste our suffering. When I was listing all of these things out in my journaling time, I was like, I want to be able to comfort other people in a way that truly nourishes their spirits. I want to have a compassionate heart towards others who are suffering. I want my character to be strong and proven and pure through difficult times. And I want to remember to rely on God instead of myself. I want all of these benefits. But we cannot get all of these benefits unless we go through the suffering that goes along with it. So I found myself in my quiet time saying, God, I think I want to suffer. I don't really want to suffer, but I do want the results of what comes after it. And if that's what it takes for me to be able to comfort others and rely on you and not myself, and for my character to be proven and strong and pure, then yes, whatever circumstances you need to put me through so that I can attain these benefits, I say yes. So when suffering comes, I do not want to be one who is found complaining in adversity. And I encourage you today, if you are suffering or going through affliction, to look at your circumstances from a new perspective and see what God may be doing through it. And this is our outfit for the day.